And we are back with another Arizona Cardinals franchise video, here to face a divisional rival, the 7-8 San Francisco 49ers. We need to win out to get the first seed here. Hopefully the Cowboys will lose a game, so that would make it easier for us, but still, we have to play them in week 18. So if we lose here and they win their next game, it doesn't matter if we win or lose against the Cowboys. So this is a must win for us, and then of course the Cowboys game is a must win for the number 1 seed, second best scoring offense in the NFL, number 1 rushing offense, 31st in passing offense, but it doesn't matter. We have Trey Benson, first in rushing defense, and then of course Trey Benson, he was out for 6 weeks and he leads the league in yards, not attempts though, leads the league in yards and rushing touchdowns. He has some passing touchdowns as well. Cody Barton leads the NFL in interceptions, will tied it with Byron Murphy, and then Kenny Sears is 3rd in the NFL for interceptions. Chase Young is ranked 3rd in the NFL for sacks. Most of them, I'm not going to lie, are coverage sacks, are defensive. I mean, it says it's pretty bad here for the yards allowed. It's 28th in passing yards allowed, but there's a lot of the times where it's just a coverage sack and then Chase Young will get off of it. But still, he's doing pretty good. Also, he has 34 tackles for a loss, which is nuts, but that's actually really crazy. Good by him. But anyways, let's look at the Niners roster. The Niners have Grayson Bauman here. I remember this guy. He was low-key buns the entire time. And then Christian McCaffrey, they never use him. Kyle Juszczyk, Brandon Ayuk, Deebo Samuel, who's an X-Factor. He actually gives me so many problems for some reason in simulation and while playing, but he's really not that crazy in real life. And then Ricky Pearsall. Of course, there was a time where Deebo Samuel was amazing, like back in 2019, 2020, but now he's older. He gets injured a lot. And then George Kittle, of course. Trent Williams is still here. Then Aaron Banks, Luke Giles. Some really good offensive line other than that right tackle. You got Nick Bosa, Yetur Gross-Matos, Travis Jones, Javon Hargrave, Nelson Barnett here. He's 255 pounds at 6'4", and he gets a triple neck like an offensive lineman, as he's an 81 overall superstar development. You got Fred Warner, who's an X-Factor, Drake Greenlaw, Charvarius Ward here, and then Lenore, and then Renardo Green. Pretty good team. Really good team, actually. 91 overall. They still have Hufanga on this team. 91 overall team. They're 7-8, and they just don't rank well in anything. That's just why schemes in playbook matter, and luck matters more in simulation than actually playing the game itself and building the team, which is super annoying. But let's see if we can beat our division rivals at home. 1st and 10 for the Niners. Empty backfield off the rip here. Still not going to be using Christian McCaffrey. He has way too much time here, and he's trying to roll out, and he will try and scramble with it. I'm going to get him down open field tackles. 2nd and 8, as they refuse to use Christian McCaffrey off the rip. 2nd down and 8. What are we going to have? Got to cover over the middle with Deebo Samuel. He should have a wide open pass there with George Kittle, but Zaven Collins is going to get there to him first. His first sack on the day. End of the quarter. 3rd and 17. 3rd and 17. Pass committing the team once again. What do we have? Just cover over the middle. He's going over the top. One-on-one with Budda Baker. Nice deflection there, Budda Baker. And that will be a 3-and-out for the Niners, as they still have yet to use Christian McCaffrey. They had 3 whole plays to run the ball, and they just said, nah. 1st and 10 here. We got to play action. Same first play as last week here. We got Akeem Whitlock over the middle. That was the exact same first play we used last week. 1st and 10, Akeem Whitlock. 1st and 10, Trey Benson here. What are we going to have? Up the field is good blocks. I just read it poorly. I'm not going to lie. 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10, pressed up on Jaden Reese. No one's really going to get off there. I'm just going to have to dump this. That sucks. 3rd down and 10. What are we going to have? I don't like anything. Dump it, dump it, dump it. Yeah, I just wanted to stay in field goal range. I just got panicked there. That's my fault. Either way, 4th and 10, we're still going to capitalize on a decent drive. 1 big play put us in field goal range. That's all that matters. Let's get a Jake Bates kick here. It's up on the way, right down the middle. 3-0 start for the Cardinals. 1st and 10 here. What do we got? Christian McCaffrey finally gets his first handoff. He's going to be taken down by Kenny Sears. 2nd and 8. 2nd and 8. Empty backfield here. What are we going to have? Too many options for him and too much time. Christian McCaffrey gets the reception there. 3rd and 5, as they're actually using him now. 3rd down and 5. Empty backfield again. I got this check down covered, but I don't have that one covered. He had too many options once again, dude. We need to get in the backfield. 1st and 10. 1st and 10, empty backfield once again here. Probably over the middle. Yeah, it's going to be underneath to Christian McCaffrey here. 2nd and 5. 2nd down and 5. What could we have? The drag routes, Deebo Samuel. Where is Cody Barton in his zone? Where was he covering? 1st and 10. 1st and 10 here, sending a blitz. Christian McCaffrey is going to be stopped up there by Chase Young. His 35th tackle for a loss on the year. That's wild. 2nd and 12. 2nd down and 12. It will be a run here with Christian McCaffrey. They had Kyle Juszczyk in the game. He's slow to pick a lane. 3rd and 10. 3rd and 10, empty backfield here again. What are they going to have? Across the middle once again. What are we doing, guys? Where is Kenny Sears? 1st and 10. 1st and 10, sending a blitz here to get in some pressure. Brandon Ayuk on the outside. Donald Roberts beating coverage. Doesn't have the angle. tackle, touchdown, Brandon Ayuk. And that's what happens whenever you actually use Christian McCaffrey on your drive. I know it went to Ayuk that time, but actually incorporating him made me on my toes about whether or not they were going to pass or run. Pectoral strain for Anthony Ship. I forgot he was even back. We're going to substitute him. Let's make sure that Brandon Porter is still the starter, though. 1st and 10 here. We got a fake jet sweep. No, it's an actual jet sweep that immediately gets shut down. 2nd and 9. 2nd down and 9. Let's see who can get open here. I don't like any of my options. Step up here with Kyler Murray. He's got some space. Let's slide down Kyler Murray. 1st and 10. 1st and 10. Let's hand it off here to Trey Benson. Trey Benson up the field. Trey Benson with the power down to the 47. 1st and 10. Benson once again. Benson trying to read the blocks here. Great pancake block to the outside. Benson, another 1st and 10. And that will be the end of the first quarter as we have 3 points. The Niners have 7. 1st and 10. We got play action here. Going to be looking for Jaden Reese on the crosser. Not Nick Bosa. Let's block, please. Offensive lineman, let's stop running in circles and let's block whenever I pull back to get you to come back and block for me. It would be really cool if you did that. 2nd and 20. Going to be looking for Marvin Harrison. I'm not going to have him on that corner. Going to take the dump off, and I just ran into that. That one was my fault. I'm just going to do the lame conservative move here and just run with Trey Benson. It only gets me 2 yards. I just want to stay in field goal range here. Do not punt. Do not punt. I know I have the leg to make this. 60-yard field goal kick, and the AI told me to punt. Yeah, get out of here with that, dude. I have Jake Bates. He has 99 kick power. He can for sure make this. Jake Bates up on the way, and he's going to make it there. 6-7 against the Niners. 1st and 10 here, sending a blitz against McCaffrey. We're all over him in the backfield. That's Brandon Porter with the tackle for a loss. 2nd and 12, pass committing the team here. Probably Christian McCaffrey is what he's looking at. Dude, who is on that check down? Cody Barton, where are you going? 1st and 10. 1st and 10, sending a blitz here. I thought it was for sure going to be play action. Great tackle there, Cody Barton, 2nd and 5. 2nd and 5, playing underneath here. Christian McCaffrey, open field tackle for Cody Barton. He doesn't get it, but Richard Meredith finishes it off. He's been great in the run game. 3rd and 4, we got Gary Weber in the game, unfortunately. It's going to be a screen, and Cody Barton's all over it. 4th and 5, huge tackle from Cody Barton, and they will punt. 1st and 10, let's burn some clock before half, or, maybe my left guard, 71, can block. Joel Bitonio is like an 85 overall, and he sucks. 2nd and 13 here, play action. Would love to see my players get open and do something, and my offensive line to actually block. It would be so nice. I want to know what's happening. 71 can't block, and Paris Johnson Jr., what are we doing here? I know it's a play action. I know I'm super far on the outside. It's a play action. I'm meant to back up on this play, and he just, I don't even know what he's trying to do. He's just half-assing it. 3rd down and 25. Please, I'm just going to have to dump it. Oh my gosh, dude. I thought I was going to get intentional grounding and get a safety. As soon as I step back to try and read my options, I immediately see the peel. Like, what are we doing? What are we doing, offensive line? Block your guy. And I know it's like they have a superstar defensive end and they have Nick Bosa, but it's like I feel like I can't get a single second off before I have to move in the pocket. 1st and 10 here, sending a blitz for Christian McCaffrey. He's not going to have a lane because Brandon Porter is there for a tackle for a loss. He's been amazing for us. 2nd 11, pass committing the team. They just have so many options to go to, and it's just super frustrating. 3rd and 6. 3rd and 6, playing underneath here so they can't get these stupid dink and dunk routes, and they're going to get us over the top now. Rush the QB, make something happen, dude. They take the stupid dink and dunks. I can't do anything pressure-wise. Do something, defense. Like, I know it's like they've only held them to 7 at this point, but it's just getting really annoying how they slowly chip down the field on us, and then as soon as I try to account for it, they switch it up. It's just getting super annoying. Never mind, it's a one-handed snag, user lurk from Kenny Sears. My entire mood just changed in a singular second. That was sick. Let me see. Was that a one-handed snag? I'm pretty sure it was. He comes back as I over-pursue it, and he one-hand snags the route and comes back. That was baller. Another user pick from me. I've had like 4 in a row each week. 1st and 10 here. Gonna send Trey Benson as it's an all-out blitz, and I just get smothered in the backfield. I cannot run the ball today. I can't scramble. I can't step up in the pocket. It just feels impossible. 2-minute warning. 2nd down and 11 here. Finally, I get a good block on the outside. I don't like any of my options. Kyler Murray's going to take it, and he's going to step out of bounds. 1st and 10. 2nd down and 10. What are we going to have? I'm trying to step up and make something happen. Kyler with the speed. Kyler slide, and of course, it's going to force me into a tackling animation. That gets me so scared every single time. Thankfully, he didn't lose the ball. 1st and 10. What are we going to have? Oh, I got him over the top. What are you doing, number 2? He's not even there, and barely. That was just barely behind him. It would have been a touchdown if Kyler led that properly, and the safety didn't get there in time, as they're not coming out in goal line here. I'm just going to run it with Trey Benson. I don't know why we chose to do a RPO instead of just running the ball, but sure, I guess that works. 2nd and goal, still not coming out in goal line here. Just trying to power it in with Trey Benson. He's going to lose the ball, and that's going to be a touchdown. Thank God. Oh, it's a big boy touchdown. Let's go. It's going to be John Gaines, the 2nd string right guard with the touchdown. I wonder how that's going to show up on the stat sheet. Benson fumbling on the 1. We've seen it before. It absolutely sucks, but thank God he recovered it, as I will just take my 1-pointer here. 12 seconds left before halftime, and we do get the ball at half. 1st and 10 here. They will just run the ball here with their backup running back. How is that not a tackle for a loss for Chase Young? Kenny Sears is going to finish it off. That will run out the clock, and we will go to halftime. 1st and 10, going to open up half here on the ground here with Trey Benson trying to find a lane. He does find a good lane. It's 2nd down and 2. 2nd and 2, we got halfback wham here with Trey Benson. Nice blocks. Kind of ran into Gary Rivers there, but it results in a 1st and 10 regardless. And Trey Benson is in the zone right now. We're not going to use him. I'm going to run this mesh and see what we have with that. Safety's playing deep, so I'm just going to go underneath here to Marvin Harrison, who's going to have great blocks up the field. Another 1st and 10. And let's get this wrecking ball going here with Trey Benson trying to get some power, and we do get some. 2nd and 4. 2nd and 4, let's mix it up with the play action. They got the blitz coming, so this should be wide open. Jaden Reese steps up on it, and he fights for the ball and holds on to it. That's exactly what I want to see from Jaden Reese. He had a drop problem in his rookie year. He's really come up from that. But Trey McBride, though, still has a drop problem. 1st and 10 here for the Cardinals. What are we going to have? Going to roll out. Marvin Harrison's wide open. Cut that up the field. Marvin Harrison get a juke. Can't quite get there. Down to the 3. And, of course, since we're down to the 3, they're not going to be able to come out to goal line. We have Trey Benson in the zone, of course. Going to drive my way in, even though he did get popped. And it's going to be 19-7. I'm going to go for 2. Trey Benson touchdown. And they're not going to come out in goal line. I'm going to switch this up to a run immediately. So, yeah, we're going to run it here with Trey Benson. Trey Benson trying to get a power, gets lit up by Hufanga. 1st and 10 here, sending a blitz here with Kenny Sears to the outside. Blown coverage there is going to be the safety. No, it's going to be Dexter Weldon. 1st and 10 for the 2nd string tight end. 1st and 10, empty backfield here once again. They're immediately going to check down. I hate these stupid curl routes. That's all they run. 2nd down and 2. We're going to have a Christian McCaffrey run. Kenny Sears is there to stop it, but it's still a 1st and 10. 1st and 10 here, sending a blitz. Christian McCaffrey is going to get that outside edge. Tyson Campbell, great open field tackle. 2nd and 6. 2nd down and 6. What are we going to have? Christian McCaffrey again with the handoff. Donald Roberts, great tackle. 3rd and 4. 3rd and 4, pass committing the team here. Of course, it's play action. Over the middle. I thought he was going over the middle. He's going to fumble the ball. I don't know who got on the sack. I think it was Zayvon Collins. As Christian McCaffrey picks it up, and that sack pushes them out of field goal range. That is huge from Zayvon Collins. 1st and 10 here, going to run it with Benson. What are we going to have? Great block, great pancake block from 71. Rarely ever say that. 2nd and 1. 2nd and 1, going to go back to Benson here. 71 actually gets his block. 1st and 10, Trey Benson again. They're pressed up on Marvin Harrison. Who is the safety going to choose? He's by himself, so I'm going to bomb it to Jaden Reese. Back shoulder. He's going to have the speed. He's off to the races. Bomb touchdown. We're going to go up 26-7 against the Niners as we're now pouring it on. We're always a second half team. Everybody knows this. Jaden Reese, another bomb touchdown. He had one last week. 1st and 10 here. What are we going to have? We got Christian McCaffrey, open field tackle there. Not open field tackle, but one-on-one tackle there with Kenny Sears. He is amazing, dude. He's just all a glaze is worth it. 2nd and 10, pass committing the team again. Probably going to have Christian McCaffrey. No, it's going to go to superstar Ricky Pearsall. 3rd and 2 for the Niners. And of course, they're still throwing the ball here. Super weird, but it's going to work out anyways. 1st and 10. And that will be the end of the 3rd quarter. 26-7. Of course, we have 26. They have 7. I don't even know why I feel the need to explain that. 1st and 10, empty backfield here again. Christian McCaffrey is looking like there's too many things to cover. There's too many things to cover. They always run this empty backfield crap. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. 2nd down and 3 here. They switch it from a run. They were an empty backfield and they switched it to a run. Weird. 1st and 10. 1st and 10, sending a blitz here on Bauman. Absolutely no pressure was generated. George Kittle absolutely torches Dexter Weldon, and Dexter Weldon just gave up on the play. Great stuff, Dexter Weldon. Niners score, make it a 2-score game. Now, even though the Niners are still in this game, I'm going to get the ball back here, and of course, I'm going to run shoe clock. There's 7 minutes left in the 4th quarter. If I have Trey Benson, I'm going to pound out this clock, and even if they do get the ball back and score another touchdown and make it a 1-score game, if I don't even score on this next drive, it's still big if I chew out at least half this clock. 1st and 10, of course, we're going to be starting here with Trey Benson. I thought they were sending a blitz, but they backed off. Bad part on them. It's Trey Benson. He gets an easy 1st and 10. 1st and 10, we got Benson again here. 71 is still not getting his block. 2nd and 7. 10. 2nd and 7, of course, we're going back to Benson again. Benson down to the 47, 3rd and 3. 3rd down and 3, still going to Benson, still going to trust the best man on the offense, and he's going to get us a 1st and 10. 1st and 10, we are now in field goal range here. 58 is going to shed that block and make it a tackle for a loss. 2nd and 11, we got an RPO here. I'm still going to run it with Benson, of course. 3rd and 8. 3rd and 8, I'm sure the receivers are tired of blocking, but it doesn't matter because it's another Benson 1st and 10 conversion on 3rd down and 8 here. 21 rushes, 108 yards, and a rushing touchdown today. We're going to keep eating this clock, dude. We're just draining it on them as it's now down to 3 minutes left. 1st and 10. I know this is super boring gameplay, but you got to do what you got to do. Awful run by me. And of course, the clock stops because we have an injury timeout. Super annoying that the AI does that. I feel like they only do that to me whenever I'm trying to end the game. 3rd and 8. Let's see if we can get a 1st and 10 again with Benson. I ran into that. That one was my fault, and that will be the 2-minute warning. And I know it isn't the smartest move, but I personally don't care. I'm going to go for it on 4th and 7. I want to end this game out. Trey McBride should be there, step up on the ball, and of course, it hits him square in the hands, and he drops the ball. I don't know why I thought I would even go to Trey McBride, but I did. 1st and 10 for the Niners. They're still down 2 scores, and they have only 1:56 left. 1st and 10, of course, we're pass committing the team. Got to cover the middle. I'm all over that. Oh my gosh, I was pressing X. If I pressed Y, it hit me square in the helmet, dude. If I pressed Y and put my hands up, that would have been a pick. That's so lame that I did that, but still, Kenny Sears is going to be in the zone. 2nd and 10 here. What are we going to have? Over the middle, probably? No, to the outside, and that's going to be a great break up there from Budda Baker on George Kittle. 3rd and 10. 3rd and 10 here. What are we going to have? Immediately throws to Deebo Samuels. Graded as a bad pass, but he still caught it. 1st and 10. 1st and 10. What are we going to have here? Seriously running the ball with down 2 scores? All right, keep draining your own clock, dude. 2nd and 1. 2nd down and 1. What could we have? Not Kyle Juszczyk underneath here to Deebo Samuel. I'm going to wrap him up. 1st and 10. 1st and 10 here. Who are we going to have? Probably Ayuk. I thought they were going over the middle. Immediately checks down to Deebo. We got a 2nd down and 5. Probably going to Ayuk if I had to guess. Got that covered. He has too much time. Somebody get to the QB. Finally, it's going to be Chase Young with another coverage sack, and they're going to be running hurry up here. Pass commit the team. Stop putting me in man coverage, please. Probably going to George Kittle. Probably underneath now. He has too many options again, and we're going to get to him again. This time it's going to be Darius Robinson with the coverage sack. 4th and 25, and they will take their final timeout. This game is over. 4th and 25, just going to play deep here. That's all they really have. They're going to check down underneath. That's not going to help them. Turnover on downs, and that will be the game. And we're going to keep the 1st seed alive here, potentially. Hopefully the Cowboys lost their game. I mean, we would still have to win our game next week, but that's going to be the big one here, beating the Niners. We had a rough start. It was a little slow for our offense. Our defense was allowing the dink and dunks, but over time, we did build up there. Kyler Murray here with a solid game. Actually, 123 pass rating. I know only 12 attempts, whatever. I'm just going to run it with Trey Benson. 1 touchdown for him. 76 was the longest. Trey Benson only 4.6 per carry, which I know is still good, but it's Trey Benson. He usually gets me like 10 a carry, no joke. 112 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 fumble from him, but still got a touchdown from that. Also, did it give the lineman a touchdown? I don't think it did. Marvin Harrison, 1 reception for 1 yard. Kyler Murray with, oh no, that's for rushing wise. And for receiving wise here, Jaden Reese, 2 receptions, 97 yards, and a touchdown. Marvin Harrison, 2 receptions, 27 yards. Akeem Whitlock with 1 reception at the very start of the game. Rondale Moore with 1 bomb there. And then 2 sacks allowed from Paris Johnson Jr., who was getting cooked all day. Kenny Sears, another 10-tackle game. 3 tackles for a loss from him. 3 from Chase Young. 3 for Zayvon Collins. 1 for Kenny Sears. 1 for Darius Robinson. 1 for Cody Barton. Christian McCaffrey was useless today. 2 sacks for Zayvon Collins. 1 for Darius Robinson. 1 for Chase Young. Interceptions here. 1 for Kenny Sears. So probably it's going to be Zayvon Collins with them now. 3 tackles for a loss, 2 sacks. He had a great game with us, but I'm not going to lie, a lot of our sacks are just coverage sacks. And we have some upgrades here. 3 XP points for Jaden Blackburn. What did he do to earn this? Going to keep spamming it into zone here for him, and then just awareness, man coverage, zone coverage +1 here. What is his zone coverage? Rank 69. Yikes. Yeah, that's probably why he gets burnt so often. Sometimes he'll jump the ball and do really good. I need that zone coverage to go up there. +2 zone coverage, +2 awareness, and then spam it into zone coverage. Once again, he's up to a 79 overall awareness, press, and then zone coverage again, up to 73, so not bad, just not the best. So he still only has recuperation. Really hasn't been the greatest superstar pick, but Brandon Porter as a superstar. I'm going to keep glazing him. Wasn't even on the topic. Trey Benson, though, is going to go up to a 99 overall, officially without the boost, as everyone saw this coming. Agility, awareness, change direction, and spin move. So big moment for him. The best running back in the league. He's been that way since the previous year. Dexter Weldon here. Going to keep pumping him into zone coverage. He's no longer a scheme fit. I don't really care, though, because I only run zone. +2 zone coverage for him. He has 92 zone coverage with the boost. That's awesome. And then finally, Darius Robinson. He got a sack today. Keep pushing him into run stopper, please, as he will get +2 awareness, block shedding, +1 power moves, and tackle. But yeah, nice week from us there. Let's see if the Cowboys won their game or lost their game. Hopefully they lost it. They won their game. But if we beat them next week, we do take that first seed from them. Hopefully. I would assume we would, because we haven't played them all year. First time we're playing them. Our playoff picture right now, they do have the 1 seed. Getting that 1 seed would be absolutely huge for us. You could even say massive. Low taper fade. No, I'm kidding. They have the second highest scoring offense in the NFL. We have the third highest scoring, because actually technically we both are tied. We have the same amount of average there. They have the second highest passing offense in the NFL, one of the worst rushing offenses though. So we're just kind of polar opposites on our offense, but we definitely could beat them next week. We do have some upgrade players again, so let me see if anyone else got upgraded here. Chase Young, that's big. He's going to go up to a 90 overall. Just pump him into speed rusher, because he will get super big upgrades that way. Block shedding, finesse moves, and tackle goes up. Anything else that I want to change here? I like everything I have on Chase Young. Then Kenny Sears, the man himself. God, he's glazed. He's so good. Him and Brandon Porter have been balling. Again, Chase Young, he looks good on stat sheet, but again, it's just a lot of coverage sacks in my opinion. He gets a lot of tackles for a loss, though. That's big. Anthony Ship, he is not good. He's just not good. I don't know. I don't know why he's an X factor. Maybe I just have to let him cook, but as of right now, he does next to nothing. I can't lie. He barely sheds. Gary Rivers is just annoying. I wish you could just make him block the guy that's actually in front of him. So give him an awareness upgrade. That'd be nice. +3 run block power, I guess. But anyways, guys, other than that, I think that's it for this video. I thank you guys all for watching. Let me know if you have any other ideas down in the comments below, and I'll see you guys all in the next one.